my god.
Welcome back to LSL 46. We apologize greatly for the delay that we had. Unfortunately, our streamer had a little bit of technical issues, but we are back. We are so back right now. We are in semifinals right now. And on the mic today, I am joined with Axo.
Hello.
Very small intro. Very small intro. As we can see, we are currently going into game 1 right now. Very quick. We have Distortion and Lethal Slide.
Very diverse squad, I'd say. Hydra on one team and RP doing the other team for zones as well. So quite excited to see how this one goes. What about you?
I'm really excited to see the Hydra player. I really rarely get to see and commentate Hydra gameplay, considering I made the weapon myself. I'm really excited. But enough of that. As we can see, we do have both teams right now just trying to get that zone right there, and we do see that Lethal Slide did get the wipe on Distortion right there. Essentially taking the opening zone right now. As you can see, Distortion right now is just trying to work on their specials right now and get themselves back in to mid right now. We do see that Ultra Stamp coming out. 2 people do go down from Distortion from it, but we do see that the player who had the Ultra Stamp did go down too.
Yeah, as you see, dude is jumping out right now. 2 down on Lethal, now just 1. But still, very interesting to see that Lethal Side, while being the lead, they're also being tactless. Very interesting decision. Right now, Distortion just trying to get back into the mid and find the rhythm through. But Lethal Side's mainly aggression is really holding on, managing to flip on zone, but Distortion trying to get a hold of both zones, but it seems to now be working in their favour as Lethal Side are pushed back into their base. But obviously right now we can still see that they're very aggressive. BR1 being popped, but can Distortion actually manage to hold the zones?
Absolutely, and as we can see, the zones currently are just going backwards and forwards, being flipped right there. Lethal Slide taking the zone once again, which allows them to get more of that penalty down. We do see the Ultra Stamp being brought out, and we do see them unfortunately go down to their zap on Distortion right there. We do see them trying to work their way back into mid right now, not really able to at the moment, getting bombed out really. The specials coming out very quickly actually from Lethal Slide right now, which means it'll take them just a little bit longer to get a zone back. We do see Distortion right now just working on getting both of those zones painted and hopefully be able to cap the zone right there. And as we can see, they do have their counter going down. We do have Lethal Slide coming back in the mid right now. We do see the Luna Blaster right there shocking and getting their hammer ready, unfortunately, and taken down. Currently, both teams, I think, are pretty even in terms of players right now. We do see the Crab Tag coming out. Unfortunately, did get displaced by Strikes. So, as you can see here, there isn't really too much going on right now. There isn't too much going on right now.
Oh, there we go, okay. Right, I'm back.
Did your UI just not want to work?
Okay. Okay, no, I'm back, okay. Right, quick update. Lethal Side have been slowly pushed right into their base. Obviously, as you can see, Distortion really managing to keep in the aggression. Zuka being popped, but being displaced by Strikes. Short going down, but Distortion now taking the zone as a whole. Lethal Side is trying to at least make sure the zones aren't flipped fully. Blast, obviously, amazing blast duel, by the way. I'm not sure who's gonna win. Okay, yeah, it was, but right now, BR1 has been popped, Whale has been popped. A lot of things is going on right now. Lethal Side are just slowly going down, but they're still managing to carry a good grip on Distortion, because right now, Distortion, they can't get like a solid counter going through, but obviously I'm being screwed once again because they're doing it well.
Absolutely, as we can see, we do have Lethal Slide right here, just trying to get themselves back in the mid to get those zones painted again. We do see Distortion right here trying really desperately to get zone back, but unfortunately Lethal Slide does take that zone back, which basically makes that penalty at 19 points right now. We do have a minute left on the clock, and we do see that Lethal Slide right now has a really dominant hold against Distortion right now. We do see the Killer Whale coming out, getting one person, as I can tell. And we do have Distortion right now, just trying to get that zone repainted, stopping Lethal Slide right now from really dominating the match right now. We do see a trade going down from the Dualies and the Luna Blaster, and we do see strikes coming out from Distortion right now to see if they can really push people back. We do have the Hydra player from Lethal Slide right now, really just trying to see if they can find anyone. Not really moving from that position up on Snipe right there, which does make it a playground for that Rapid Blast right now. That going down again to Luna. The Booyah Bomb coming out, not really doing too much for the zone, but as we do say this, we do see the zones getting flipped by Lethal Slide right there. We do have 6 seconds left on the counter right now, so it's really just the battle of keeping that zone painted during overtime to see if they can get that penalty down. We do see Distortion right now trying to push themselves up, Cooler coming out, and we do have Lethal Slide right now, who have by now fully respawned and are ready to fight.
Yeah, obviously 2-0 down on Distortion. They just need to make sure that they can flip the in time so that overtime can be extended. Lethal Slide, I have to say, they're still doing a really good job of holding the zone, but right now you might be able to see the Lethal Slide flip the zone 1 down, and there it happens. Lethal Slide go 1 up in this best of 5 set. That was a really interesting game because, first of all, Lethal Slide running Hackless. Very big, very bold move to actually go for that. And since it actually go in their favour, I think it works really well. What about you?
I honestly think both teams had really good holds in their moments when they shone. It's just unfortunate that Distortion wasn't able to really take the lead when they wanted to. I feel like Umami is really one of those maps that really depends on the comp. It really depends on your ability to being able to push up and hold that push to really stop them from getting in. But as we can see, both teams did really have a backwards and forwards game, but as we can tell, Lethal Slide did come on top.
Yeah, obviously amazing performance from both teams. But now obviously going into game 2, we've got a counter pick. We're obviously waiting on what happened, and as you can see right here, the Rapid Pro Deco, amazing job, going 21-8-7, really impressive, especially with the 7 kilowatts for Lethal Side. However, Luna Blaster does seem to be taking the best shot with 18-10-5, amazing performance from both teams, and obviously Hydra and Zap taking the most pain on both teams, pain much being the most essential part of zones.
Absolutely. And moving on, we do have the two teams right now just getting ready for the next map. They are currently going through the choice of counter picks. We do have Distortion, who is the team who is picking the counter pick because they did lose game 1. The whole thing of like semifinals and finals is you get the ability to counterpick if you lose, which means you can pick a map that your team is incredibly good at, and you can essentially like try and have a better probability of getting that win, so then you can continue on with the set.
Yeah,
we do have like oops, sorry.
Jeez. Yeah, so obviously right now going to game 2, the counter pick does seem to be zones Mahi-Mahi, which obviously it's a good zone map, I'd have to say, but it's also it's one of the maps where it's very exposable to reef cheats, which is probably the worst part of the zones as a whole. But apart from that, it's a really good map, especially with obviously in one of the really earlier patches, Mahi did get reworked, and that was probably the best thing that happened to it. So yeah, going to game 2, I'll be interested to see what kind of comps will be ran, obviously the entire game as a whole.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, Mahi-Mahi, Splat Zones especially, is one of those maps where it's incredibly easy to win the game, I would have to say. Whoops. It's incredibly easy to win this game, especially with how easy it is to repaint the zone. Especially from what I could see, like in the last sets that I did commentate over, there was a lot of reef sliders brought out. But anyways, moving on, we are going into game 2 right now, so I'm quite interested to see what comps these two teams have come up with for this map. And from what I can tell, not much has changed except a Dreadringer and Heavy Edit Beam brought out from Lethal Slide. Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
already knew. I already knew there was going to be a deliver out.
I knew that there was going to be one. There was going to be one. If
Yeah, one
special
at
power
least.
runs up, that's gonna be something else. I don't know. I'm not like some expert, but you know, going to the entry now, we are seeing that 2 down already on lethal side. However, they did actually manage to get they're still actually managing to hold the zone as a whole, doing 78 remaining as of right now. Still an overall impressive lead. Flap is ready to be popped at the moment, but right now, Distortion getting 2 kills with 1 bomb on Destruction Wall.
That bomb just exploded on both of them.
I'm not even sure what happened, but still right now, Reef Cider is ready and it's been popped. Only going to not really do much on against the zone because of how good the aggression of Distortion is. The water level has been dropped as well. So now Leaf needs to make a really impressive comeback to actually pull it off.
Absolutely. As we can see, that bucket player did go down to the 52 gal, so they did not get that 3rd strikeout, but there is trade after trade, and as we can see, Lethal Slide has finally managed to take the zone for the first time in about a minute, 2 minutes. So right now we can see that Distortion right now is just really working on getting that zone repainted and really stopping the ability of Lethal Slide right now for getting more points off of counter right now. As we can see, they are fighting backwards and forwards right now to keep that zone painted. Both teams really giving it their all right now. Killer Whale coming out from the Gal right now. Strikes coming out from the bucket. Gal does unfortunately go down to the Rapid Blast to Prodeco right there. We do see that. Was that a I think that was a Reef.
Yeah, that was Reef. That was Reef. That was Reef.
That was the Reef slider.
I always know it. I always know
it.
it. Never doubt me when I know about Reef keys. I always know it. Anyways, back on topic. Distortion just trying to get a hold of mid once again. The shot is probably going down here. It's still very good. Zuka's ready to be popped, and so is Whale on both sides actually. Tactical has now gone out for Distortion. Shot going down. Reef Slider is back on track, so it is ready. So Distortion needs to be aware that, you know, Reef Slider can be popped at any time now. The penalty has been broken, and Reef Slider is going out. Obviously taking the zone, but now with strikes, it pretty good counter threat. Lethal Side are now making an effort to take mid as a whole. Actually really good and taking that zone.
Absolutely, as we can see, Lethal Slide is finally being able to move out of the spawn for probably one of the first times in this game, really. As we can see, they are just trying to keep themselves held, but we do see Distortion right here. They are respawning, they are going to come back, but we do see that we have 2 specials ready. Not Zuka, Kula has been popped from their end zap, and we do see that Crab Tank has been brought out. We do see them positioned right there, trying to push people back, really. Reset coming out from Lethal Slide right there, but the strikes have managed to flip the zone pretty swiftly, actually. As we can see, their lead counter towards each other are not that far apart right now. We do have a minute and a half left on the clock right now, so it's down to if Distortion can keep the zone right now to continue on their pursuit of getting the victory of Game 2 right now. We do see people from Lethal Slide right now just trying to get themselves back in without getting killed, really building up their specials. We can see that their Reef Slider is ready, and we can tell that they are painting the zone very strategically to really just get ready and reef themselves back in right here. As we can see, they really are working on getting zone, but we can see that the strikes were ready to counter that right now. As we can see, Distortion was able to take Game 2 pretty swiftly, being able to counter the Reef Slider pretty effectively with the strikes.
Yeah, and obviously with Reef Cheese obviously going at strikes, a very smart decision, even though obviously first of all you don't, you know, but second of all, even if strikes was used first, Reef Slider could actually be used to counter that, so they can pretty much counter themselves. During over Game 2, that was really interesting. Obviously 2 Splat zones again back to back. Really interesting match as a whole, with Distortion managing to take hold of mid for most of the match, even a very impressive push from Lethal Side during the middle of that match, I think. Yeah, but apart from that, Distortion did have that really the best edge over the map as a whole, mainly because they could just you know, push Lethal Side back a lot. Looking at the results right now, Dread and Dooley's taking the most paint. obviously the most kills being Rapid Pro and Dread, with the Distortion actually taking lots of kills over the actual match.
Oh, absolutely. We can tell like why Distortion won. They really did come out on top for this game, even with the Reef Slider from Lethal Slide, and we are currently just waiting for the counter pick right now for Game 3. Lethal Slide is the team that will be doing the counter pick this time, so it's up to them for what is going to be picked for Game 3.
Yeah. What obviously Game 1 and Game 2 now leveling the odds here. What would you want to see for, like, the next 2 to 3 games?
Like, in terms of, like, the maps that are being played, or just in general?
Well, in general, I guess. Obviously, counterpicking now being Clam Museum.
I guess it's really up to the team at the end of the day. I can't really predict what could be picked, especially with how different people's dynamics are as a team and as a whole, really. It really depends for what the team dubs to be the best map and mode for them to pick. I would say that Blitz Museum is definitely a pretty strong map, especially if we have the Hydra player positioning themselves in the correct places on Lethal Slide. We do see that both teams are currently getting themselves ready up for Game 3 right now. I'm quite excited to see what kind of comp switches that they do end up doing, if they end up doing anything, because I don't think Reef Slider will be brought back out for Game 3, especially.
It's not science, so no. No time to be Reef Slider. Yeah, not so much as a whole. Obviously, you've got many good entrance tools anyway to use on this map, especially if you want to utilize that block you have with the Clam basket. You just jump on there, jump up, and score. Just do that. Obviously right now, Distortion being ready as a whole, just waiting on Lethal Side. Apart from that, there's really not much to talk about, apart from obviously keeping an eye out on that left flank on where you can just drop down, because that, if you can't pay attention to that, then that's really not so it won't be good, because then obviously you'll just get flanked and then it'll just go downhill from there. Let's see how it goes now.
Absolutely, and as we can see, we are currently loading into Game 3, which is Clam Blitz Museum Dalfoncino. I do not think that Distortion changed their comp too much. We do see Lethal Slide right there, bringing out the Flingza Roller instead, which definitely will be an interesting dynamic, especially if they're able to get their strikes, not strikes, Tenta missiles and use them effectively, essentially.
Yeah, right now we're just seeing that both teams are just trying to compete for mid as a whole. Obviously, Hydra being another interesting pick, because now Lethal Side does return to the Tactless option. Still very bold, and if they can pull this off again, Tactless would actually seem to run a lot better than actually Tag. Right now, Lethal Side seems to be taking the upper hand in mid here, forcing Distortion to make a return back. Flames are trying to pressure the dualies, I think, but Gal now going down to the Order Swisher. 2 down Lethal Side, 3 down Lethal Side, 2 down Distortion. Now it's just a case of who's actually going to take control of mid now with 1 power down now for Distortion.
Absolutely, as we can see, they really are just fighting for mid right now, really fleshing out, seeing what they can do, what they can't do, especially with trying to push themselves towards that basket right there. It really is a deep dive into towards enemy territory, and it's really risky because you've got to really consider like the people who could be hiding like on the higher up pods, or even the spinners as well. We do see them inching their way towards the basket right now to score. Killer Whale has come out from the Rapid Blaster right there, as we can see. They were able to break the barrier, which means they have opened up the game, which, as we can see, not too much is really going on from here. We do see Distortion right now not really pushing themselves too far. They really are handling themselves pretty well. Booyah Bomb coming out from the Hydra, being able to take down the dualies, which will force Distortion to move back if they choose to do so. We do see one person jumping out, as we see. Lethal Slide currently is 4 up and is inching their way back up to mid right now. They do have that Pity Clam from that basket right now, which means they essentially have an extra clam to push themselves back up there. We do see Tender Missiles, which are ready, which should be getting popped soon, really scouting out people to see who they can pick off, who they can find for their team, really.
Yeah, and also you did talk about the pity clam, which really needs to be utilised in the probably the smartest way possible, because obviously right now Distortion could pretty much just hold lead right now, and then that could be it. But Lethal Slide, if they utilise that pity clam to its fullest extent, and they need to make sure that it gets saved, because if they accidentally pick it up and then Distortion don't score, they might not have a pity clam to score with. But now Distortion scoring another power clam. So now Lethal Slide needs to go back to hold off yet another potential push from Distortion. Tactical has been popped, and remember, Distortion do also have another power clam if they wish to push again, but now we're just seeing how Distortion hold on to mid. Crab is also ready, so interesting to see how that'll be played out. 2 power clams now ready for Distortion, 1 down on each team, and yeah.
Absolutely, as we can see, they're not really pushing themselves too far up right now. They're really just trying to keep sustaining on the pain, getting their specials ready. We do see Ula being popped there. We do have, unfortunately, that Zap player is being hunted down right now, was able to jump out because they were cooled up, which then reduced their risk of being killed right there. Very lucky jump out, to be honest. We do see them trying to push themselves back up. Unfortunately, that Zap does go down to the auto shot. We do see them, the Slosher is really working to push themselves up to really allow their team members right now to get that power clam scored once again. We do see Crab Tank still hasn't been popped yet. We do have Strikes and Crab Tank on Distortion right now, and we also have a set of Tender Missiles from the Roller, and as I say that, they do go down, they do have their pity clams, and they essentially don't really need to do too much to take the win right there, and they really do. They were able to get 2 pity clams into their basket, which essentially gave them the win. They really only needed to get that final clam in, as we could tell. We do see Distortion taking game 2, which has them on the current standpoint of 2-1. They really only need to win 1 more game, Distortion, to win the set, essentially.
Yeah, obviously, very strong game from Distortion, managing to push back Lethal Side by a lot, and overall just managing to keep hold of mid, making sure no one goes through that left flank, and then back-to-back pushes, which actually did go quite successful, especially with that last push right there, managing to push through.
Absolutely. And as we could see, unfortunately, we did see like Lethal Slide not really being too favored for that comp right there. Unfortunately, not able to get in the picks that they want, but we can see the Distortion really knew what they wanted to do. They really came in and pushed in when it was necessary, having their specials ready and coordinated pretty well. We do see the Slosher did do a lot that game, but we also see that the Zap also ended up getting 6 coolers out, actually, which is quite a lot.
Yeah, and also right now, we're just waiting on the next counter pick, which could either be the make or break for Lethal Side's decision on if they're going to actually make it to the finals. If they lose next game, I do actually believe that there is still a chance of the 3rd place match, but I'm obviously not sure. Obviously counter pick now being Rainmaker Undertow, which is quite an interesting map. Even after the quote-unquote rework, I'm really not sure what's actually added in that, but still really interesting to see how it gets played out.
The things that they added for Undertow is that they made parts of spawn a little bit bigger. They also added a little route that was underneath the glass. We do see that there is like a little like cut into the wall, which essentially opened up the map like on each side just a little bit more. I would say that if you were playing Rainmaker Undertow, the best way to go is probably towards the left side. That ramp up there really makes it very easy for you to take that Rainmaker through the last section of the map, especially because if you take it on the right side, you run the risk of not really being able to get yourself up that ramp, because it's directly where the enemy team jumps down. Essentially, they can get you from all angles, where if you were to do it on the left side of the map, it makes them have to travel just that little bit longer.
Yeah, and obviously you've got both routes to actually consider, because obviously if you do want that quick check break, then obviously, you know, sorry, the right check, yeah, the right check is the place to go if you do manage to actually get there. But already, ideally, you do want to go around for the left check, because that also does provide the quicker route for the actual end goal. It'll be interesting to see how, if anything actually changes within the comps. Obviously, placeholder has to be changed, and obviously, as a whole, seeing how they play on Undertow.
Absolutely. Anyways, Undertow is one of those maps where it's like you can have really good games or you can have really bad games, so it could really be the make or break. It literally it does. It sucks, but this could be the make or break for Lethal Slide right now. See if they can secure that victory really to force the game 5 essentially. As we can see, we do have both teams ready right now, which means we are loading into game 4, which is Rainmaker Undertow Spillway.
Yeah. I'm honestly unsure if Distortion comp does not change one bit. Lethal Sides does though, adding in the Octopus, which I presume is replaced from the shots? I don't know. Could have been bucket.
They did opt for a
Splinter. Yeah, they got cooler as well, so that's removal. Oh no, it's not removal. Anyways, Lethal Side actually managed to get a pretty strong start against Distortion. Now going for the left check, but only 2 remaining, so it'll be quite interesting to see if they actually manage to get there. Obviously, now the Rainmaker being pressured, going down as well, 2 down on Lethal Side. Distortion managing to break back into mid. Now, obviously, they can leave that Rainmaker there because they don't need to grab it, but they do. Lethal Slide actually managing to keep a good ground on mid with the BR1 ping popped, and Crab Tank is ready, but going down actually. Jump there, so Crab Tank is still ready, Crab Tank has been popped, Lethal Side of the Rainmaker, Distortion just trying to make sure that they can hold off Lethal Side from this checkpoint. There's out trying to find a way through to the Rainmaker, which seems to be greatly defended by Lethal Side's teammates.
Absolutely, as we can see, they really are just trying hard right now to stop Distortion from, Lethal Slide from pushing that Rainmaker up. They do manage to take the Rainmaker holder down, which allows them to move themselves really back into the motion of the game right now, painting up, seeing that that cooler is ready once again, which means they are able to push if they want to. Booyah Bomb is brought out from the Hydra right there, but as we can see, not many members go down from Lethal Slide right now. We do see Distortion, who's moving their way back up and is really trying to desperately shut down that push as they're trying to, the dualies right now just scouting out members, really just taking people down, getting a delayed wipe basically on their own essentially. We do see Rainmaker being popped, and they are incredibly ready to go. They really are just like the dualies player right now is just focusing on taking people out, working on flanks, and also allowing their team members right now to get the Rainmaker popped and took back over. We do see people going down left and right from that dually player right there. We do see the Brush right now trying to pressure them. We have Killer Whale coming out from Lethal Slide right now. The Hydra player being taken down and takes the trade to the dualies. Rainmaker being reset right now, which means Distortion have to work their way back up towards where they were going. Unfortunately, we're not really able to push up essentially because their Hydra player on that Lethal Slide was really pressuring them to a point where they just couldn't move.
Yeah, and obviously right now we're seeing Lethal Side grabbing the Rainmaker again, getting the checkpoint actually. Now breaking the domain to 60, which means they can go for three up on each team. BR Bomb is still ready to be popped, and now we're just waiting on who's going to make a move, because Distortion need to make a really good comeback to break sprue check and also break pass check, just so that they can secure a win. A minute 45 left on the clock. Zip has been used to just try and get through, but unfortunately going down to the Rainmaker explosion. Rainmaker being grabbed by Distortion, the Lethal Side popping tag, and now is trying to make sure that Distortion don't grab the checkpoint at all. The Zap trying to be popped to make sure they don't die. Rainmaker going down to the Hydra, one left for Distortion, just trying to see if they can bring back any jumps. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to make it. No, they're not.
What I'm really surprised about is the fact that where they pushed the Rainmaker to, they're still at 95 points right now, and we do see Lethal Slide right now with 60 points remaining, which means they have that checkpoint. And unfortunately, Distortion is really struggling a lot to basically essentially push the Rainmaker towards the Lethal Slide's checkpoint right now. We do see them right now taking that Rainmaker back to see if they can to do that push once again, essentially.
Yeah, and now obviously it probably might be more successful with Rainmaker having a clip up, but no! Gale managing to get a push on them. Zikos being used to just get some picks against, but the wipeout is real. Checkpoint has been broken, and now Distortion have 29 seconds on the clock just to make sure that they can get the lead, and they do get it, which means Lethal Side really need that last push in these next 20 seconds to make sure that they can secure their way through to LSL finals with 15 seconds left. But overtime maybe secured. They just need to hold on to it and make sure that they can get at least many members of Distortion down, so then they can get a good push going, meaning that they might need to take a look at that right loop just to get some points down, hopefully enough to get through to 2-2. There are 3 specials though ready on Distortion side, which means this push could be really risky for Lethal Side as a whole. 30 around halfway through the Rainmaker clock now. They're going through, and they get the lead. I think
Last second lead right there.
Yeah, Rainmaker did die. Yeah,
Right
Rainmaker
there,
did not die, meaning Rainmaker lived, which does mean that it's now 2-2, I think. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay. No, I saw we lost the lead, but I thought they died, so I don't know. But now Lethal Side.
Basically, the Rainmaker holder died as soon as they took the lead, so it literally just ended overtime just because they got 1 point over, but they did go down right at the end, is what you saw.
Yeah, it's a bit weird just to decide what's actually happening. But now, going into this last match, which does mean that Lethal Side have another chance of getting into the finals. It's a lot of talking.
Absolutely,
Anyways.
as we can see, there's a forced game 5 right now. It's currently sitting 2-2, which allows Distortion right now to do that counter pick for game 5 and see if they can take the set right now and get themselves to finals. Really, we can see the KD ratio from both teams right there. Both teams fought incredibly well, as we can see. It's reflecting, but unfortunately Distortion just wasn't able to stop the Rainmaker at the right point. Unfortunately, they were literally probably millimeters over that line of taking lead, and unfortunately the Rainmaker holder went down at the wrong time.
Yeah, obviously, if Distortion didn't manage to get just even 2-ish points through the current lead that they had, then Lethal Side might not have won that. But with Lethal Side, it's really random how they're playing, because they're playing. Actually, both teams are playing really good, but you just don't know what's going to happen throughout both matches. Right now, we're just waiting on counter picks. So yeah, we're waiting. Yippee!
We're just in the void of waiting. We're just in the void of waiting.
Yeah,
well,
I'm
considering it is Splat, Clam, Blitz, Rainmaker,
tower control.
The last one
If
left.
it's not tower control, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. If it's not tower control, I'll reveal what gen my switches are. No.
There is the potential of tower control, or they could circle back and do a different mode entirely. I've forgotten what the rules are for counter picks, but basically, you can't do.
Yeah, I knew it. It's Taggle Haggle. I just said Taggle Haggle. Oh god. Okay, that please. Yep. PC Haggle. PC Haggle. And also, why not actually I just credit the amazing spectator shot that obviously they've got for all the maps. Really good work from everyone who's managed to get that. This one's really interesting because obviously you got that first check to break through, and after that you've got 2 back-to-back checkpoints. So it's really interesting on how you're going to play.
Absolutely. Tower control, for for this map especially, you have to really brute force your way through some of the checkpoints, especially towards the spawn. It really depends though on what weapons are picked or what plays are done. It's just the ability of like having your team being able to hold a certain area while you have people who are trying to break the checkpoint essentially. We do see that people right now are getting ready for the game right now. We do have most of Lethal Slide's team ready right now while one person is only ready on Distortion, which means they probably are really thinking about the comp for their last game right now.
Yeah, and obviously, now personal experience, but I personally think that probably the best weapon class you need to run at least one on this map. We'll see anytime, right? But you know, there's probably a blaster, like you know, rapid pro deco or custom range especially, because you know, AOE on power, it's literally just overpowered. You can and also strikes as well. 4 strikes could probably just break overtime, then you know you get a clear win. But realistically, we need to see how both teams play out on this map.
Oh, absolutely. They really are taking their time right now, but as we can see, everyone is ready right now, so we are going into Game 5 of semifinals right now. We do see a communication error apparently has happened. So we have a little bit longer of a void waiting right now, going back into the void, Axel.
Okay, so Nintendo seems to be haunting me once again. What the hell? I'm suing.
It's been happening. It's been happening a lot today. Both sets that I ended up commentating earlier, there was at least one member from teams, not all teams, but like at least one team had a disconnect per set. So I think Splatoon servers right now are just not having fun today.
I've got a better question. When do they have fun? I don't mean that.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I think they just messing us up, to be honest, really messing with us.
Yeah. I love this job. I can just imagine that one person who works in Nintendo.
Who fired the interns?
Yeah. It's #Nilsson. Oh, Nintendo, why did you do this to me?
We do have people right now just getting themselves back into the room right now. From what I can tell, it seems like the whole room just decided to die. It didn't want to play. So they're remaking it right now. We do have members from both teams right now just getting themselves back in and situated.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't have a repeat of what just happened, I guess, because I don't want another disconnects, please. Nintendo, don't do this to me.
Hopes and prayers. No. Side note, it is very windy outside today. There's like a really big storm happening in the UK at the moment, so I can just hear the wind hitting off of my house.
I'm not sure what the weather is right now. Alright, chat, I'm opening weather app, hold on. I got some notification, no! Okay, hold on. It's raining, of course it is, okay.
Of course it is, yeah, of course it is. It's the UK. What are we even talking about?
Yeah, lovely.
Literally the UK.
I love the rain.
I love the rain, but at the same time, I don't appreciate getting soaked before I go to work.
Yeah, exactly. You know what'd be even better?
What?
Snow. Because then...
Yeah, you know what? I would rather a snowstorm over rain and wind any day, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Because at least with snow, you can actually do anything. And I know this is a bit off topic, but I'm not sure what else to talk about. We've talked about everything. Nintendo hits one as a communication error. Okay, we're trying our best.
We're trying our best. We are really trying our best in what we have. But as we can see, we do have both teams basically readied up right now, which means we will be able to get back into the game. We didn't really get to see anything as soon as we loaded. As soon as we loaded in, it was the communication errors, which means I don't think we actually got a chance to see that comms.
My headphones are not dead anymore. Yay! I can hear better now. Right, let's have a look. Yeah. Yay! Oh, you're a bit loud. Okay. Anyways, machine. Okay, yeah. Custom range master being used here, and then rapid pro on the other team. So really interesting clash of how this is gonna work.
Oh, absolutely. And to be honest, Distortion has a lot of AoE to work with, especially with the Slosher and the Blaster right now. They can really power off of each other, and we do have the CRB, who is on Lethal Slide right now. I don't know how much it will cause Lethal Slide's comp to really slow down, considering they have the Blaster and the Hydra. They might have a little bit of paint inefficiency issues. As we can see, people are getting picked off from Distortion by Lethal Slide right now. They are pushing themselves into the spawn pretty far right now, actually. Zuka coming out from that shot right there. We do see that Kraken and Booyah Bomb was ready, but unfortunately, the Hydra player does get killed off of the tower by Killer Whale. We do see the ends up swiftly trying to run away right now to see if they can get their cooler ready for the team, essentially. You do see the hero shot going down from Lethal Slide right now.
Yeah, Lethal Slide having the tides turn them by Distortion, but now with the tides being even and the Slosher going down, Hatful being popped, 2 down on Distortion, but now might be one one down on Lethal Slide. Now Lethal Slide needs to make sure that they can make a good return to mid, but one going down to the Machine Neo, the other one being popped. And then another thing is Machine just trying to poke through right, and they got their Zuka ready, so they can probably make it start a good push if they can quickly utilize it. Yeah, with the
Absolutely,
Machine.
as we can see, yeah, the Hydra player has been taken by that Zuka right there. I just cut you off entirely, I'm so sorry.
I'm suing you. Okay.
You're gonna sue me? You're gonna sue me now? Okay.
yeah, exactly. Okay, anyways. Zuka's been popped, so now that means 1 down for Distortion, but now 1 down on the Lethal Side. 2 down to the Lethal Side now. It means that Distortion could look at breaking through to the checkpoint, which they do manage to do. There's that hope. Lethal Side hopefully trying to get all their teammates back so that they can try and push through. The tower's been really highly contested, but Distortion do manage to break through that first checkpoint. Now it's equalized, now Lethal Side really needs to have a look at trying to contest mid again.
Yeah, as we can see, we do have Distortion right now, who right now are really just picking people off from Lethal Slide right now, being really careful at keeping an eye on the flank routes that we can see on the right and the left side of the map. We do see them really scouting out. Booyah Bomb coming out from the Hydra player right there, which forces Distortion to move back, and as we can see, Lethal Slide is moving forward with the momentum that they have right now from that Booyah Bomb. People getting picked off, and we can see that they are working on that checkpoint once again. We do see that the Hydra right now has a clear slate right now. They're not really getting contested by anything, but we do see 2 people going down. They do manage to take the lead. We do have that Rapid Blaster right there, really trying to stop them from pushing forward right now. We do see that Hydra player getting caught in the pursuit of what I imagine was just a complete personalized attack right there. That Hydra really was not getting out there.
Yeah, and also that was probably a really big catastrophe with, however, Lethal Side do manage to snag the lead off Distortion once again. Distortion just need to try and push through to the second checkpoint so they can secure a victory. They need to be careful though, because Zuka is ready for the other team, never mind, they're dead. Anyways, Distortion just Hey guys, what's the never mind, they're dead. Tip that.
Never mind, there's a guy I was talking about, but they kind of just died. Uh-oh.
Yeah, oops.
Whoopsies.
Okay, anyways. Whoopsies. Distortion now making their way back to the second checkpoint, which does mean that they can contest checkpoint 2 and maybe even get through to checkpoint 3, but we'll have to see for that. Because now Lethal Side need to up their defense game, because now Zuka's been popped. Guessing 1, guessing 2, guessing 3.
3 people going down from Lethal Slide right there. We do have Distortion right now, who is at their last checkpoint. As we can see, they are finalizing this set right now. They have managed to win the semifinals, which means Distortion is going to final.
Distortion Slide.
I can speak English. I promise. No? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not speaking. Guys, it's just a lie. It's just a lie. I'm lying to everyone.
Oh, guys, I love Splat.
I love you. As we can see, Distortion has taken the set. They're going to finals right now. I don't actually know who will be contesting them.
What's this? Ink Thunder.
But with that being said, we are going to take a short break between getting the sets.
Yeah. I need water. My throat hurts.
We gotta wait a second. Hold on.
Oh no. Okay. Equip. Okay.
Oh yeah. So back to what I was saying. We are going to take a short intermission, a short break, just to get finals ready for everyone on stream today. So we will see you in a few minutes.